Hello, this is Dave Hansen with Keller Williams, and I am here to give you some information regarding lease agreements. I don't know how many times new landlords call me and say, do you happen to have a lease that I can have? And so this is one I'm going to go over with you. This is the one I use in the Seattle area. It works outside of Seattle, but Seattle has some unique laws for their tenants, and so we'll go over them. First of all, every lease needs to have a legal description. So put it in there so that tenants know exactly what they're renting. The next is that rent shall increase every $15 every 6 months. Now this is very important so that we as landlords don't become the bad guy by raising someone's rent. Now the terms are set up where you can put in either 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, and then it turns to month thereafter. But here it allows the rent to go up the longer that they stay. The next thing is non-sufficient checks. This costs us a lot of money as landlords, and it needs to be put on the tenant because they're the ones that bounce the check. The pet deposit. Seattle tenants really love to have their pets in their units, and so this is going to create a $400 pet deposit, and we'll talk about non-refundable pets in just a little bit. Here's the lockout fee. I don't know how many times tenants have called me and said, can you come over and unlock my house? And it always comes at an inappropriate time for me. And so, having a charge there allows me the freedom to say yes or no. And non-refundable fees, the party acknowledge tenants' payments to a non-refundable fee. So this is where you can put in your pet deposit non-refundable or any other cleaning purposes, whatever it might be. We'll scroll down here. If the premises are not available to the new tenant at the termination of this agreement, this is where you've rented it out for the next month and the tenant has not cleaned the place. And so there's going to be an overlap of you getting in there and cleaning it, painting it, doing whatever, and it's supposed to be the responsibility of the tenant. And so if the new tenant can't move in, you're losing out on rent. And so it needs to be land on someone and not the landlord. So it usually lands on the person before that. So that's where it shows them what they're going to be paying. No pets or any living creatures of any kind shall be permitted in the premises. This is important because after tenants move in, they usually don't have a pet, but when they move out, they do have a pet. And so this tells them that you cannot have pets without your permission. And no subletting. This also happens where you rent it to two individuals, one moves out and then another friend moves in. And so you gotta be known of who's living in your places. We're going to go to the alterations. Tenants usually love to paint, and the problem is they're not good painters, and so this tells them that they cannot alter the unit in any way, shape, or form. Signs. I've had one tenant where they had a total political objective out their front living room, and other tenants did not like that. And so this allows them to not put any signs in the unit whatsoever, so it doesn't offend others. Water beds, aquariums, pianos, any large objects or water objects, water furniture are not permitted. And tenants shall be responsible for the repairs of any stopped up drains, sewers, or garbage disposals. This is where it's very expensive for a landlord. Whenever the tenant puts stuff down the sink and it clogs up, that's their problem, and that's on their cost, so it doesn't fall on you. Smoking. Smoking damages a unit drastically, and it costs a lot to clean it up after a tenant has moved out, especially if they've been there for a long time. And this not only covers smoking, but it covers incense, oil lamps, candles, and burning of other products. So that's it on the landlord-tenant lease here. It's an excellent lease. Be sure to download it. And I'm at 206-686-7525. If you have any questions, you can also email me at dave@davehanson, HANSON, hometeam.com. Thanks a lot.